So this was quite the weekend for motorsports content. We have ARCA Championship heating up as it returns to the Madhouse in Madison, the Madison Speedway, for the first time in 6 years. The Canada Series enters its home stretch of the season. And last but certainly not least, we have IndyCar entering their last home stretch of the season. And we're still covering IndyCar despite Palou clinching the championship 2 races early. And don't worry, there's a lot I gotta get off my chest about the slappies and all the playoff shit in versus season-long point stain. I got a lot to get off my chest there, and I plan to do that in this recap. So let's jump right into it. So starting off, we had the ARCA race at Madison Speedway, the Madhouse in Madison. And it was actually a pretty good race. You had some pretty good stories, a few comers and goers. But of course, the race was dominated by Max Reeves. So yeah, Max Reeves' domination once again, but it's his second national ARCA Series win of the season. So at least he's doing well. You know, still can't run the series full time just yet because he's not 18 yet. So he's still stuck in ARCA East for the time being. And yeah, ARCA East also is coming down to the end of the year. They got I think one race left, and that's like the joint race, the combo race at Bristol in a couple weeks. So yeah, ARCA East is getting down to the end of their season too. ARCA, from what I know, ARCA usually wraps up near the end of October at Toledo. I believe that's when it is, like near the end of October. Usually it's on the same weekend as the Charlotte Roval. So yeah, ARCA is also getting down to the home stretch too, as this championship battle heats up, but it's most likely Brendan Queen going to take the title this year. But hey, at least we get some good moments out of this season. Like, Max Reeves is slowly starting to come into his own. Now, how he does against real competition in the future will be determined. But he's showing some progress. But honestly, good race at Madison. Hopefully ARCA keeps coming back here. But hey, even despite anything questionable about ARCA schedule making, at least they did right by bringing Pocono and Chicagoland back to the schedule. Honestly, good on ARCA bringing the Pocono back. ARCA should have never left Pocono in the first place. So good on ARCA to fix that mistake they made a couple years ago. Good on them. I give them props and kudos. Now we go to the Canada Series for the second last race in Quebec this season until the season finale at the end of September at Montmagny, as this is the airport race at Circuit IndyCar, so a flat road course race. And well, this race was mainly dominated by the Paillet duo of Andrew Ranger and Marc-Antoine Cameron, as Ranger was trying to pick up where he left off in Trois Rivières when he beat Cameron in that race. Also, I should mention, Cameron and Ranger actually ran pretty cool paint schemes at Trois Rivières, paying tribute to Gilles Villeneuve. So yeah, cool, good on them to pay tribute to a Canadian motorsports legend and Gilles Villeneuve. Especially since F1's doing a movie on Gilles Villeneuve coming out next summer. And for anyone that didn't know, because there was a trailer for it. Well, when they were showing that movie in Canada, there was a trailer for Villeneuve. For the Gilles Villeneuve movie coming out during the trailers for the F1 movie. For anyone who wants to know that. Since Gilles Villeneuve is a Canadian F1 legend, you know, aka Jacques Villeneuve's father. I mean, if not many people know about Gilles Villeneuve, everybody knows about Jacques, that's for sure. I mean, for fuck's sakes, the track in Montreal is literally named after Gilles Villeneuve, for Christ's sakes. But anyway, to the race itself at IndyCar. Yeah, it was a great battle with Alex Tagliani joining in too. But Cameron just had a way better car and race pace than Ranger, and Cameron took the lead. And once Cameron got the lead, he never looked back. Despite the best efforts from Ranger and Tagliani, Cameron would not be denied. And Marc-Antoine Cameron continues his push for the championship as he gets his third win of the season. So Cameron finally gets his first win in the Canada Series ever since he got screwed over at IndyCar. Ever since he got screwed in Saskatoon during that screw job. So yeah, Cameron's officially has recovered from that screw job in Saskatoon. And continues to extend his lead in the championship over DJ Kennington, as this championship battle is going to go down to the wire with 4 races to go. And of course, I will be at 3 of those last 4, being the race next weekend at CTMP, followed by the doubleheader now at Delaware Speedway. Since I forgot to mention, Canada Series did some schedule changes a while back because the sunset date got canceled and ended up being moved to Delaware. So now Delaware will be a doubleheader in a couple weeks. So yeah, for that Delaware vlog, you'll be getting 2 races in one vlog. A 2-for-1 special. Just like the first time I went to Delaware back in 2021. 4 years ago. So yeah, that'll be cool to see. A doubleheader at Delaware again. I know it's only because of scheduling, Mother Nature, just some shit luck because Mother Nature hates racing. But yeah, honestly, really good race. And there is the potential that CTMP next week could be a rain race. Because early forecast predictions have rain in the forecast. Honestly, it would be fucking cool to see a rain race. Because the Canada Series actually lets their drivers race in the fucking rain, unlike NASCAR. Yeah, the Cup Series, best stock car drivers in the world get fucking babied in the Cup Series. We don't do that shit in the Canada Series unless there's fog or lightning in the area. Then that's a whole different can of worms. But yeah, looking forward to going to CTMP next weekend for a vlog. And of course, to wrap this up, we have the IndyCar race at the Milwaukee Mile. And even though the championship was clinched by Palou 2 races early, with 2 races remaining in the season, it didn't stop fans from watching or showing up, especially in Milwaukee. Like, Milwaukee had a sellout crowd, had a damn near sellout crowd, because that front grandstand was packed. But I was told by the NASCAR playoff slappies that nobody will care about IndyCar, no one will show up and watch Milwaukee after the championship was clinched 2 races early. Well, I say to those slappies is, do you believe everything you read on the internet is real? Because whoever told you that was fucking lying to you. Because like I said before when Palou clinched the championship in Portland a couple weeks ago, people are still going to watch and show up no matter what. And I'll say this here. Real motorsports fans will watch the race regardless if the championship is clinched early or not. If you're not going to watch a race because a championship was clinched and the battle wasn't entertaining for you, then newsflash, you're not a real motorsports fan. The reality is, if you're not watching because a championship was clinched 2 races early, you're not a real fan. You're just a fake bitch pretending to be something that you're fucking not. If you're a real fan, you watch no matter what, regardless if a title is clinched or not. Yeah, people want to watch or care if the championship is clinched early, my white fucking ass. But of course, this race, though, it looked like Alex Palou was going to dominate this race and cruise to the win, because Palou has finally figured out oval racing. Yeah, for NASCAR playoff slappies that watch IndyCar, Palou, the road course merchant, now figuring out ovals and beating the road course merchant allegations. That was their ultimate nightmare fuel. Especially since Palou ain't fucking off to F1 anytime soon. So yeah, nightmare fuel engaged. And I'm not even a Palou fan. I just acknowledge great wheel when I see it. And Palou got great wheel. And I think Palou knows he's got great wheel when he's won 3 fucking championships in a row. 4 in the last 5 championships. Like, hell, if Will Power didn't come back from the dead in 2022, and if Palou didn't get distracted by the whole Chip Ganassi McLaren thing, Palou could have easily won 5 titles in a row. Like, Palou easily could have been the IndyCar version of Jimmy Johnson, had 2022 gone a little differently. Like, seriously, that's how close we were to Palou just dominating the sport like Jimmy Johnson. But yeah, Palou, though, he was dominating his race because Palou's still trying to get to that 10-win plateau and tie the record of modern-day IndyCar. But yeah, Palou dominated this race, even despite the best efforts from David Malukas early, until Malukas had a pit road fumble, with the pit crew fumbling the bag. And then Malukas getting the worst luck in match ball is during that fumble was also when Will Power would spin out to bring out the caution and stop the car. Oof. That's bad luck for Malukas, because while that all happened, Palou ducked on the pit road right before the caution came out to complete his pit stop, and then Palou beat Malukas off pit road to trap Malukas a lap down. And really, throughout much of the race after that, nobody really challenged Palou until the last 30 laps, when we went green with about 30 to go and everyone made their final stops. I'll tell you right now, I don't know what the hell Ed Carpenter Racing did to Christian Rasmussen's car. I don't know what adjustments they did or what the hell they did to his car, but whatever they did to it, it made that car one of the fastest cars on the track. Because in that final run, Christian Rasmussen came out of nowhere to end up contending for the win. I'll tell you right now, another narrative a lot of the NASCAR playoff slappies have said coming into this weekend was that nobody was going to try to race hard with Palou locking the title up early, and that everyone was just going to lay down and die to Alex Palou like they've done all year. Well, if that was supposed to be the case in Milwaukee, Christian Rasmussen did not get that message. Especially also at certain points in the race, it looked like McLaughlin and Newgarden were going to contend for the win, until Newgarden lost his speed once again late in the race. Yeah, that just seems about to be the story for Newgarden every fucking race this year. Always runs well, but some shit hits the fan. Sounds about right. I'll say this though, Newgarden fans. We haven't had it as bad as Will Power fans this year, that's for sure. Hell, at least Will Power fans at least got the joy of a win last week. A couple weeks ago in Portland. But yeah, anyway, back to the race itself though. Rasmussen was able to run down Alex Palou in the closing laps. And then with 14 to go, Rasmussen would go into turn 3, would make a move on the high side. And he would pass Alex Palou on the high side. On the outside. And then got the run coming off the front stretch heading to turn 1 and cleared him. And then once Rasmussen took the lead, he never let off. Even with the team telling him to take it easy and take care of the car, he still ran hard like he was still trying to catch him. And he had the lead. Like he was racing each lap like he was the last lap. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like you could tell how bad Rasmussen wanted it in those 14 laps once he got the lead. Because he was still racing like he was still in second catching Palou. Hey, respect to Rasmussen, Rasmussen got good wheel, and Rasmussen showed how bad he wanted it today, and he really wanted that win badly. As once Rasmussen got the lead, he never looked back, as Palou had nothing for him in that last run. And yeah, Christian Rasmussen comes out of nowhere and wins in Milwaukee for his first career IndyCar win. So Christian Rasmussen is officially a winner in the NTT IndyCar Series. The first-time winner of the season in the second last race of the year. And with Rasmussen winning, it means that Alex Palou will not be winning 10 races this year. Rasmussen denies Palou of making history and getting the double-digit wins. The best Palou can do is now 9 wins. So yeah, if Rasmussen was supposed to pull over for Palou to make history, Rasmussen said, fuck your history, I want to win today. And he got it. Honestly, congrats to him, well deserved. Yeah, the first-time winner in IndyCar since Christian Lundgaard won on the streets of Toronto in 2023. Yeah, ironically, the last two first-time winners we had in IndyCar were both Danish drivers from Denmark. Denmark's producing some pretty solid talent for IndyCar, that's for sure. And it's also the first win for Ed Carpenter Racing since Rinus VeeKay won on the Indy Roval in 2021. So yeah, pretty much the second most irrelevant team in the garage behind AJ Foyt and Dale Coyne gets their moment this year. Honestly, good for Rasmussen. Great for him to get that win. Well deserved. And honestly, This IndyCar race is proof that you don't need playoffs and a bunch of manufactured bullshit to produce great racing. NASCAR, take fucking notes. Take fucking notes, especially with the playoff shit now with the NASCAR chase for the Bill France Cup starting next week. And yes, I am doing a chase grid predictions video for Cup and trucks. We're doing it all in one video. As much as I fucking hate doing those videos, we're going to do it because tradition. Because I don't swallow my pride that much. But yeah, IndyCar still produced a banger race. But oh, I was told racing would suck once the championship was clinched early. Honestly, the fact that Slappies kept pushing that narrative all week and it backfired in their face, it shows that most of these NASCAR playoff bootlicking Slappies don't know a fucking thing about racing. Honestly, good for them to get dunked. I mean, we already dunked on them too when we showed the Richmond ratings for a Cup. When we showed those dipshits what happens when you tell people, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Take it there. Yeah, that's the problem in NASCAR. Nobody's watching. And it's your own goddamn fault with your ignorance, Slappies. Because you shit-stains told all us real fans to go away. And we actually listened and took your advice. Funny how that works. Yeah, crazy how that works. Especially when we have IndyCar and we have F1. We even got IMSA, MotoGP. We have options, bitch. Like, if anything, most of us that have stopped watching on a full-time basis and gone elsewhere, we've shown all you bootlicking dipshits that NASCAR's fucking expendable. And it'll continue to be expendable until NASCAR realizes the error of their ways and actually ditches the gimmicks and the chase. It goes back to a season-long points format. Because season-long points formats can work if NASCAR just lets the races play out naturally and stops playing fucking God. If NASCAR stops doing both those things and just let it play out naturally, the sport would be in a lot better and healthier position than where they are right now. Could we ever get NASCAR back to that level? Maybe, but I highly doubt it. But hey, maybe IndyCar could dethrone NASCAR and humble those arrogant fucks. If they can get their marketing together. If IndyCar could get their marketing together, I think they have a real shot to possibly dethrone NASCAR. Because when I mentioned the Richmond ratings last week, I didn't even hit the kicker about those ratings being that low. Because here was the kicker in those ratings. NFL season hadn't started yet. College football season hadn't started yet until this weekend. And the chase hadn't started until next weekend. You think those ratings at Richmond for Cup were that bad now? Just imagine what it will be in the last 10 races. Especially if people actually work, especially if the NASCAR fan base, everyone that hates the chase, actually unites as a whole and boycotts those last 10 races, especially the finale. The finale being the big one. So yeah, honestly great for IndyCar to put on a great race and shove it to the NASCAR Slappies to prove that you can have good racing without a bunch of stupid manufactured bullshit. If you just let it play out naturally and stop playing God. Hopefully NASCAR takes notes that they're not the arrogant, egotistic fucks that they are. But anyway, and also I should mention, this is the last IndyCar recap of the season, because there is no race recap next week since I'll be at the Canada Series race at CTMP next Sunday. So there will be a vlog coming out next Sunday. So in terms of the next race recap, well, for IndyCar recaps, you won't see them again until next season in the spring. I mean, in terms of the next race recap, most likely the F1 race in Monza, Italy in a couple weeks. See y'all there for that. I'm out.